Welcome everyone to another edition of the Downtown Download. Today we are very excited to discuss a super important topic now and in years past, but really through COVID now more important than ever, childcare. We've got two great friends from a downtown institution, Red Caboose, here to talk about what's happening in their worlds right now and the hopeful future they have with the project coming up at Union Corners. We're excited to have the executive director of Red Caboose, and Lisa Fiala, the project administrator helping work on the project. Jason and Lisa, how are you guys today?
Great.
Doing good. Thank you.
Good. Well, welcome to the Downtown Download. Red Caboose certainly is an institution in our community, been around several years in downtown, so important. Why is Red Caboose and why is childcare so important for a strong economy downtown and throughout our community?
Well, I just saw an article this week in the Wall Street Journal about childcare and COVID, and it basically said that if parents can't access childcare, then they can't work and the economy doesn't thrive. It's kind of as simple as that. So that connection to the workforce is really important for sure. For me personally, and I think I speak for Lisa when I say this, we've been doing childcare and youth programming our whole career. So it's something we believe in very deeply. And so we believe in it from the social and emotional development side for kids. So it's not just the childcare piece, but also the benefit that it has for the children, of course, as well. But certainly the economic impact of having access to quality childcare is, like you said, Jason, much more evident now than probably in a very long time.
And I'm sure everything has changed with COVID, right? With children not going to school anymore, with really the childcare issues being highlighted. How has Red Caboose adjusted or pivoted during this period?
Sure. So we've added a number of safety procedures. I'm super proud of our staff and our kids and our families for all implementing those. And we've had really good, knock on wood, track record of keeping everyone healthy within our walls here in the program. We also have a school age program where we are helping kids with their virtual learning. And so that's something we obviously have never done before. And so we're training and teaching our staff how to help kids get online and log in with their teachers and supporting them in their school efforts. And so we've definitely made a lot of programmatic adjustments there as well. We have seen some enrollment drop, not so much because families have left us, but just because they're kind of waiting and seeing what happens with the pandemic. And so they all assure us they'll be back as soon as things are more clear. And so our rooms aren't quite as full as they have been for that reason.
Tell us about your history, because people have probably driven by Red Caboose a million times there on Willie Street. But you've been around a long time and honestly really helped with the early childhood education of generations of Madisonians. Actually, there's several members of the DMI board who I think they call themselves Red Caboosers. Get that term out. But you guys have been such a vital, important part. So tell us a little bit about your history and why it's important that you're downtown.
Well, I could speak initially to that, but then I might throw it to Lisa because she's been involved with the organization longer than I have. I'm relatively new, but what I have seen and learned, and I've been working with nonprofit childcare in Madison for many years, and so I've been aware of Red Caboose, but I know it was one of the original City of Madison accredited sites. It's been around since 1972. Some of our staff have been here since almost then. We have a lot of staff who've been here for a long time. And I'm just learning more and more about the amazing people whose children have been in this program. And so it does have a really rich history, but I guess I'll let Lisa kind of fill in some of those other history pieces because she's been, like I said, involved longer than I have.
Yeah, as Jason had mentioned, we are the first center that became accredited by the City of Madison, and that accreditation process actually founded and helped formulate the national accreditation program. So from the beginning, we have really fought for high quality education and care for children for almost 50 years. We also founded the Rainbow Center and the Respite Program. And those are two really vital programs who care for children and families in Madison, and that all started from us. So I feel Red Caboose, since the beginning, like we've always been for inclusion of all children, making sure that anybody who needs high quality care can come and be in our program, sit at the same table, have conversations, learn that people are people and that differences can really bring us together and make us only stronger. And I see that with the alumni as I've given tours at the center when we were able to do that, right? And I've met some of the alumni who went there as children, and as they have grown, a lot of their foundational work as adults have been based off of the social justice that Red Caboose has brought to them as kids, and they've carried that on to them in their adulthood as well. So we're a community-based program. We've always felt that when we're taking care of everybody in the household, we're making our children stronger. So it's not only caring for the children, but through parent education and having partnerships with other organizations in the community, we're taking care of their families too, and making the stability and the long-term impact of childcare even more than what it is. So it's a lot of who we are and what we continue to do as an organization.
I think one of the great things you brought up was foundation. You said it's a foundation. Why is early childhood education so important? Why is it a part of a foundation for not only the young children's lives, their families' lives, but all of our community and all of our society?
Well, there's so much evidence out there now and research around the importance of early childhood development and how much happens in those early years. So just from that development perspective, it's very, very important. And then, from a parent's perspective, we care for children before they're, well, we certainly have the school age program, but before they're old enough for school age. So from even a childcare perspective, that age when they're young and prior to school is very important to parents in terms of childcare as well. So really, again, like Lisa said, meeting those needs of the child, but also the larger family.
You guys have been probably a little hemmed in your current facility. You've been in that building for several years, and it's exciting. You guys are starting a capital campaign in the middle of a capital campaign for a very important new project at Union Corner. So still very near downtown. Tell us more, because I think this is a huge stride forward for Red Caboose, but also for childcare in the Madison community.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So we are super excited about this project. It's on East Washington. It's on the corner of Winnebago and 6th. And we are doing this in collaboration with Moving Out Inc. So there's going to be an affordable housing component, which we can talk about. But in terms of the childcare space, yes, we have a very well-loved building here that we've outgrown and that has served us very well. But we are excited to build a space that's worthy of our kids and worthy of our staff. So we're just excited. And in terms of the capacity, we're going to be able to right away serve 50% more children in this new space. And so I know as soon as we get beyond COVID, that waiting list is going to happen again, and we are going to need that additional space to serve more families. And so I know Lisa's, really involved in the details of implementing this project, but that's the main thrust of why we're so excited about it. And the location is really exciting as well.
Yeah, I feel that with the location, we're going to be able to continue to serve the families, to create a diverse environment that we've been hoping for. And the collaboration with Moving Out just builds upon our foundational work of creating community and making sure that we can take care of not only children, but their families too, being on the same site.
I think, now communities looking for ways to help out. How can community members, DMI members, the general Madisonians, how can they get involved? How can they help make this important project become a reality?
So yeah, we are well on our way through the capital campaign. We're kind of in a phase 2 of that campaign. Over 100 different people or organizations have donated, and we've made them part of our conductor circle, as we're calling it. But we do have a ways to go. We still have about $1.5 million to raise. And so, yeah, we're definitely wanting to talk with people who are interested in this type of project in Madison. And so, yeah, we have our capital campaign is in full swing. We have our materials. We have all of the information on our website that people can access, or they can reach out to Lisa or myself if they want to find out more about how they can help us. But right now, the main need that we have is raising the funds so that we can stay on the timeline that we have to begin construction next year and to have our grand opening in 2022, which happens to be our 50th anniversary.
Okay.
Well, look, you just brought your own graphics, so I'm a big fan of what you just. We've had a lot of these podcasts. That's the first graphic that came in. We've upped the graphic budget. Thank you, Jason, very much for that. Please, as a community, we need to really think about our priorities, and childcare has to be one of them. It's so important. Childhood development happening from 0 to 5, and institutions like Red Caboose, we need to be supporting them now more than ever. As Lisa mentioned, they're one of the first to become a pilot program from the City of Madison's wonderful early childhood education program, which is really one of the hallmarks across the country. And so we need to be supporting them now and ever. Just because they're just across the river outside of downtown, we won't hold that against them. We're going to ask you some fun questions. Are you guys ready for the Fast and Furious 5? Yeah, I didn't tell you about this coming into it, so you're welcome. Are you ready? Just
Curious. Sure.
5 fast questions. Just answer it however you want, whatever comes to your brain. Are you ready?
Sounds good.
All right. Here we go. What's your favorite restaurant in Madison?
Bandung.
Bandung.
Oh, right. Your neighbor, Bandung. Yes. What about you, Jason?
Oh my goodness, I can't answer that one quickly. There's so many.
That's a good answer too.
Yeah, I love food.
Okay.
I love eating out.
Now that we have to be outside, what's your favorite park in Madison?
Ooh.
Owens Conservation Park.
Lisa, you're so quick.
Yeah, she's very good at this. Yeah, I have to think about it. I don't know. Again, there's so many. I love that park. I used to run a program near there, so I've done a lot of hiking in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy. Yeah. Again, too many to pick from. But yeah, I also like the beaches. I like getting in the lakes. So.
Yeah.
So my next question is cat or dog, because amazingly, Lisa's got to talk right now. There's a cat.
We have 2 cats and 1 dog. Some
I
of the
love
little
it.
guys cat, so yeah.
That one's easy for me. I'm more of a dog person, but I do love cats.
Well, if you guys missed it, I can see both cameras while this is happening, but Lisa's cat did dive bomb her from up in the roof and the rafters there just about 2 minutes ago, right before she was going to talk. So that was a pretty easy question. All right. What's the one fact about Red Caboose that is most interesting and that people don't know?
One thing I learned that I just thought was fascinating, for those of you familiar with Mr. Rogers, and there was recently a movie made with Tom Hanks, but there was one of the features of the movie is this boy who Mr. Rogers made a special connection with on the show. And then later when Mr. Rogers was being awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award, then this young man came up and reconnected in this really public forum. But that young man is from Madison and attended Red Caboose. So when I heard that, it just melted my heart. It was just really great.
It's an incredible story, and we can call him a Red Caboozer, right? Or did I just? I think I made it up. All right, last question. Once COVID is done and gone, or as close as it can be, what is the one thing you're most excited to do downtown with people again?
Live music. Music. Miss the live music.
Yep, and all the celebrations and the community events. I really missed those this year.
We do too. Well, you guys are in a great location next to our friends at Frank Productions and the Sylvie. Great venue. Let's hope they get open again. Our friends at Bree Stevens with the concerts and the Forward Mass. So much amazing things that can happen. So let's just do our part to be safe and hope to move forward as quickly as we can. Cannot thank you guys enough. The team from Red Caboose, we had Jason Anderson, the executive director, and Lisa Viola, the project manager, for the very important new capital campaign that's happening to build a new location with their partners at Moving Out at Union Corners, 6th and Winnebago. Really important project. Hope you can support it. Thank you also for all the work you do to make sure that all of our young children have the education they need. Again, our thanks to our friends at Carlson Black, O'Callahan, and Battenberg. That's a mouthful, for their wonderful sponsorship of this program and for DMI throughout the years. We hope you all have a great rest of the day. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on another podcast soon. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you. Thanks, Jason.